Maxwell Moose's Mountain Monster by Barbara DeRobertis. Illustrated by R.W. Alley. Read by Ben Hobbes. Maxwell Moose moved closer to the campfire. This was his last camping trip of the summer. On Monday morning, he would be going back to Alpha Betty's school. Maxwell loved camping in the mountains. He loved smoky campfires and loved telling stories. He especially loved camping with his chums, Mitzi Mouse and Murphy Muskrat. "Tell us a spooky story, Maxwell," said Mitzi. "About the mountain monster," said Murphy. Maxwell's mountain monster stories were their favorite part of camping out. "Sure," Maxwell smiled, "after we make s'mores." "Yummy, yum, yummy, s'mores for our tummies," sang Mitzi Mouse and Murphy Muskrat. Maxwell got out marshmallows, graham crackers, and chocolate bars. He mashed the marshmallows onto some twigs. "Hold these over the campfire," Maxwell said. Mitzi's marshmallow smoked and bubbled. Murphy's marshmallow melted and oozed. Maxwell slid the marshmallows onto the melting chocolate and graham crackers, and the three chums munched on their s'mores. Mmm, they hummed, "Messy but amazing." A million stars twinkled. The moon was smiling down. It was a magical moment. The campfire dimmed. "Time for some spooky stories," said Maxwell. "Oh, yes," said Mitzi and Murphy. "Tell us the one about the mountain monster." Maxwell began. "Once upon a time, there was a mountain monster living right here. He was humongous," said Maxwell. "He had massive muscles. He was smelly and mean, but the scariest thing about him was his scream." Maxwell made a terrible monster moan. "Moo!" Mitzi and Murphy trembled. "He's just a make-believe monster," they murmured to each other, but they moved closer to Maxwell Moose. Maxwell continued. "One night, the mountain monster woke up hungry. He marched down the mountain like a zombie. He was looking for yummy munchies, like worms and mushrooms and fingers and toes." Mitzi pushed her fingers into her pockets. Murphy pulled his coat down over his toes. They both moved even closer to Maxwell. "The mountain monster saw a campfire," Maxwell said in a booming voice, "and he smelled s'mores." "Mmm," said the monster. "I like s'mores, but I love little mouse fingers and little muskrat toes." Mitzi and Murphy both screamed. "The mountain monster's imaginary! He's imaginary! Isn't he, Maxwell?" Suddenly, they heard a terrible moan. "Oh!" Maxwell jumped. He looked frightened. "That moan wasn't from me," he whispered. "It came from the mountain," cried Mitzi. "It came from the monster," cried Murphy. A rumbling, bumbling shape was moving toward them. Mitzi screamed, "We're doomed!" Murphy screamed, "We're monster food!" Maxwell's voice trembled as he called out, "Who's there? Are you the mountain monster?" A voice called back, "Maxwell, calm down. It's me, your mother." "Oh, Mama!" cried Maxwell. Mama Moose moved into the light of the campfire. "It's mighty chilly," she said, "so I've come with some mittens and earmuffs for you." Mama Moose put her arms around Maxwell, Mitzi, and Murphy. "Let's put another log on the campfire," she said. "I also brought you some oatmeal muffins and mushroom soup. You need more than just s'mores to eat." Soon their tummies were warm and full, and their eyes were sleepy. Mama Moose said, "I'm going home now, Maxwell, so please don't tell any more stories about that imaginary mountain monster." Maxwell Moose called out, "Wait, Mama! What if the monster is real? What if he does come?" "Just make him s'mores, Maxwell," she told him. "He actually likes them much better than mouse fingers or muskrat toes or moose tails." Maxwell, Mitzi, and Murphy all laughed. "See you in the morning," Maxwell called out to Mama. Then he whispered to Mitzi and Murphy, "After we make more s'mores for breakfast." The three chums put out their campfire for the night, and within minutes, the only sound on the mountain was the sound of snoring. The end. Fun facts about moose. Home. Moose live in the northern parts of North America, Europe, and Asia. Their family. The moose is the largest member of the deer family. Their antlers. Male moose have wide, flat antlers that can grow to be 6 feet wide. They shed their antlers in the fall and grow new ones in the spring. Their size. An adult male moose can be 7 feet tall and weigh as much as 1,800 pounds. Did you know moose are excellent swimmers? Some have swum across lakes that are miles wide.